backward slowly.
Hi!
Oh goodness, she was walking like a circus dog up on 2 feet. You want up here? I want you to walk on the grass.
Well, there's smashed poop everywhere.
Sit on the grass, babies.
Ew!
Let's go up here.
Look at all of that.
She'll follow you wherever you go.
I'm videoing you.
Come on.
This way.
Good girl. Come on. Go my way.
What?
Go my way. Oh, come on. She's not running away, but she won't change either. Check her out. She won't want to go with me. See if she barks or acts happy. She sees the people upstairs. Go in. Go follow. Go in.
Oh gosh. Come here. Just want you to pick her up.
Oh, goodness.
She's trying to go around back.
Oh, goodness sakes. Are you going to jump down now? Okay. She's just going to follow you. So wherever you go, she'll follow you. You just check things out, baby. Yep. You'll get used to this. Come on. You want to? You're going to do this over and over or what? Just try to stay in the shade because it's hot, huh, babies? It's hot. Yes, it is. Oh, goodness. It's hot. Oh, are you thirsty? Hey, it's good that she likes this because V didn't like to ride up here.
She's already
I made her
panting.
this way from the beginning. Look at her leaning back towards me. What? It's okay. Just don't hurt my tum-tum. You like it up here? Pretty soon Mommy's going to lose enough weight and then there'll be more room for you up here. Hang on, you're all twisted up. She thirsty. We'll get you some water in a minute. We still got V's travel water bowl for you, okay? You're okay for a minute. What's she whining for? Huh?
Oh no.
Okay, let's keep going. Ouch, she's stepping right on my owie. What's the matter? You better start enjoying this because this is going to be happening, okay? You're going to be an outside girl. V used to love her walks.
You talk to.
I'm talking to her. Got my girl, my other girl, and my new girl. All my old and new girls. I think I went this way before, and there's no way down to the parking lot from here. Now you want to get down again? Careful. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can do it. Go ahead. Jump down this side on the grass.
Just talk about the sidewalks being so narrow.
I know. Follow Dilly. Go see Dill. Go see Dillies. Go see Dill. Follow Dillies. Go on. Go.
Abby!
Go with Dill, baby. Oh my gosh. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Oh my god. Are you serious? You got to make up your mind, little missy. You're gonna fall and I'm gonna run over your footsie. You're such a nerd. You're such a little nerd girl. Her nails are gonna be what saves her, and as soon as we get them cut, I don't know if she'll be able to do this anymore. She's needing a nail trimmer for sure. You're supposed to be getting some exercise, but it doesn't look like you're getting much, does it? Does it, little girl? You're not getting much exercise here, are you? Hey, it's blocked off.
No, it's just zigzag.
Oh. Okay, move down now. Alright, go ahead. Go on, jump. You've done it several times before, now you're scared. Oh, goodness. It's okay. Okay, alright, I'll help you. Alright, follow Dill. Go with Dilly. Go on. Alright, come on. Go with Dilly. There you go. Go on. Go with Dilly.
Oh my god.
She's so cute. Go with Dill. Go with Dilly. Oh, you little twerp. Go on. Go, go. Go with Dill.
Looks like this is the other laundry room.
Oh, dang. She's like, where you going? Hello, I'm following you. I love how she's wagging her tail back and forth and her ears are back.
Come on.
So cute. This is a pretty big complex, that's for sure. I wish ours was bigger like that so we didn't have to worry about trying to turn one way or the other and falling into the planters.
See, since it says 1,000, I thought there was 1,000 units, but there's only 250. So how'd they get from?
You're gonna fall.
How'd they get from 400s to 1,000? If there's not 500 at least. Make up your mind.
Follow Dilly. Good girl. Follow Dilly. Just taking the Abster for a walk. She hasn't got to go on too many walks, so this is like her second or third one. She's doing pretty good, as long as she can follow Dill. Okay, follow Dilly. Follow Dilly. It's okay. Go with Dill. Little break. Tired already? Tired girl? Oh, no whining. Come on now. You're okay.
She didn't poop in there, so I don't know if she has to poop, but she did poop before we left.
Oh, Yeah, she did. So she's probably good until next time. She's probably good for a while. Till dinner time. Oh yeah, Mama got you. Goodness, I'm getting off track here. Mama got the girls. So we ran into a little bit of a problem here because this truck is, he kind of can't help it because his bumper is just hanging over a little bit, but it blocks the sidewalk for me, so I'm going to have to try to go up on the grass and hope that there's not a big hole in the grass that'll make my chair fall down. And there's seems to be a shortage of like handicap accessible sidewalks around here where I can just go down the rampy thing. So I'm going to have to try to go sidewalk, one wheel on the grass.
If it was building. If it was building.
Yeah, if this was a building, I wouldn't even be able to get through. You know, otherwise I would have to try to turn around and go that whole way that we just went, all the way back and backtrack again. So, is there anything under me here, like a hole in the door?
No.
Okay, so now, and I'm not super good about maneuvering, so I'm going to try to do this and hope I don't fall and crash. Stay, Papa. Stay right there. Stay for a minute. Do this. So this isn't so bad. But, oh Lord, there's another one up ahead of us where I'm going to run into the bushes because there's another bumper way up above the sidewalk. So I'm going to have to squeeze through this one too. So these kind of things are not so good, but people don't think about it, I guess. But it makes it harder when you're disabled or in a wheelchair. Ouch, these bushes are stiff. There was a ramp here to get down, I would just go down in the parking lot. But these sidewalks are pretty narrow. And like I said, there's a shortage of ramps to get down. So.
Hey! Hey!
But it feels good to get out on this nice sunshiny day. I've been stuck in the house way too long. We got our tail hit me in the mouth. But it feels good to get out and get some fresh air and some sunshine. And get the dog out a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna cut it off for a second.
Just like the Christmas one. Hello. So we're out and about, and we just got back from.
A little louder.
Louder. We just got back from being dropped off from what they call Metro Lift. Well, actually, we just got back from the grocery store. But we got dropped off from something called Metro Lift, which is like California's paratransit, which is like a bus for people in wheelchairs where they have an extra wide lift and you can roll your wheelchair on it and then it lifts it up higher into the bus, and then the bus takes you to whatever designated place that you want to go or need to go to. And so I had to get signed up here in Texas, and we had to go like 24 miles away. It was like really far away and kind of a long, drawn out process. And then I already had sent in paperwork that the doctor had to sign, and I had to fill it out about my weight and my height and what my medical or physical issues are. And so I did all that already. So today was my appointment at 9. They came and picked us up at 9 o'clock this morning. So we went there, and then it was like orientation. They told me all the rules and stuff. Took my picture. I'm pretty sure that I'll be accepted, but they can't tell you for sure, yes or no. They said that I'll get a letter in the mail in up to 2 weeks, and if I got accepted, then they'll send me a card with my picture on it. The good thing about this one, like I said, it's called Metro Lift, is that it's only $1.15 each way. In California, it was $5 each way, so it's a lot cheaper, which is good because I'm always broke. And you got yourself stuck, didn't you? And so, anyway, so that's really good. So round trip, it's like $2.30. That's very, very affordable for me. And And the main reason I did this is for things like this chair. This is my power chair that I absolutely love, and it lets me have my legs elevated. And I don't think I can fix this, baby. Nope, I'm stuck too. Anyway, it lets me have my legs elevated, and it lets me use the joystick so I can, oh, there we go, so that I can push myself and I don't have to have Dill push me in the manual chair, and so it's not such a burden to him, because I imagine that I'm pretty heavy to push around. Also, I'm more comfortable because I can put pillows under my legs, and I can last in this chair for 8 or 9 hours as long as I can until I have to go potty. I can be in here for long trips to either go on the sidewalk to the stores or whatever that's close to this area, or I could call Metrolift to take me to the 24-hour Walmart if I get a bug. And Metrolift is open 23 hours a day. So if I want to set up Metrolift to come pick me up at midnight or 10 p.m. or something, we can make a nighttime run to Walmart if we want, like at night when it's not hot, because it's really hot here sometimes, which I actually kind of enjoy the heat. But we can make a nighttime run to Wally if we want to, and I can have one person come with me as an assistant for free, which it was that way in California as well. And come on. There we go. And oh, you licked my teeth, and you're stepping on my owie. Anyways, beep 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 beep. So anyway, the reason why I signed up for Metrolift is so that I can go to bingo if I can find a bingo. I haven't went to bingo yet. There's a lot of bingos here, and there's when I googled it, there's like 25 bingos in my zip code alone, and so I'm very short of money here because they lowered my money since it's a lower cost of living. So we have a lot less money here, so I haven't had a chance to make it to bingo yet. But one day I will make it to bingo. So that's one of the reasons why I signed up for Metrolift. Plus I want to be able to go to Walmart. I might be able to use it to go to the pool someday. I might not be able to do the pool though because my clothes are wet when I come home. I think it might be a little more difficult to come home on the bus wet. I come home wet and change and everything after that, so it might be a little more complicated to come home wet and then drip water inside the bus and stuff. So I'm not sure. I'll probably try it once, but it may not be so doable because the pool is like, I thought it was like 9 miles away, but I think it might be 11 miles away. So for $2, it's probably cheaper to take the Metrolift than it would be to drive gas in the car. So we'll see. We might try that just once to see how it works out. But Metrolift really will give us a lot, there's people coming, of freedom. Here's your friend, of course. She lives in the office, the immigration. But she doesn't know us personally, so she won't know about the button. She must be showing someone an apartment. You want to continue on? If I gotta give you some kind of signal, like, I don't know what should I do, like wave my hand?
Yes.
If I do that, then that means there's people coming either way. Okay. I forgot where I was.
Talking about the pool and Metrolift.
I didn't hear a beep.
I've never stopped it.
Oh, well.
Well, now we have to stop.
I didn't know that. Oh, goodness. Look at that.
Okay.
So anyway, so Metro Lift is gonna, I think, come in handy pretty good for lots of things, and it's even more of a bonus that it's so cheap. I'm really, really liking that. Because like I said, California was $5 each way, so it was $10 no matter what. And I really only rode it to go to the doctor in California because my doctor was kind of far away. And on a rare occasion, maybe to my sister Heidi's house or something, or Katie's house or whatever. But here, I think I could take advantage of it a little bit more. So that's going to be fun. And so we'll get to try the pool and some shopping at Walmart probably. Anyway, so the Metro Lift is really going to come in handy for, I'm not sure if it'll be coming in handy for the pool. Like I said, we'll try it once. It's mostly going to come in handy for like Walmart trips, which I probably won't be able to do much of, maybe once a month or something for a food shopping trip, because it's cheaper than any grocery stores around here. We'll try the pool once, and if I ever come up with any money, okay, pause. Ouch. Well, we could next time just ignore it. I'll just like pause. Oh. Anyway, if I ever get money, then I'll use it for bingo, because like I was saying earlier, since, let me just also say that we're outside of my apartment, so people keep walking by. So sometimes we turn the camera off, sometimes we don't. So if there's a pause, that's why. And sometimes I don't know if the camera's on or off, so I might talk and I might not talk. So excuse me for all these little interruptions, but I'm not sure, if I should hush up or if the camera's still going. Anyway, I just want to catch this beautiful sunny day while I'm out and I'm dressed, since it doesn't happen a whole lot. Ouch, my belly. Oh, goodness. So, I still have that drain in my tummy. I have a doctor's appointment in 5 days. Hopefully, since the food is draining out less and less, maybe I'll get it taken out on that day, and it can start healing up so I can get back to the pool. It's been in there for 6 weeks now, so I'll be glad to stop dragging this long tube around with me. Anyway, so I guess that's enough about Metro Lift. I think it's going to really come in handy and be a good thing for me, just like paratransit was in California. I'll use it, well, nobody's here in Texas that I know, but in California I used it for an occasional trip to my sister's house or whatever, and so I'll probably use it for more things here, just to save gas because it's cheaper, but also so I can be comfortable in this chair. So anyway, so I'm loving that. So we got that over with. I was dreading having to go to this appointment because I knew it was going to be a pain in the neck, and it was. It took a good part of our whole morning. Probably took about 5 hours worth, from 9 o'clock this morning till 2 or 2:30 we got home, so it was a good part of the morning and afternoon. But anyway, so I'm loving this chair. I haven't been in this chair for a good couple of months. I think this is like only the 3rd time I've gotten to get in it since we've been here. And the 3rd time, after we got back from from Metro Lift when they dropped us off, I took advantage of, while I was in this chair, I went to the store, the grocery store here, and picked up a few things. I've been dying for a steak, so I went and got myself a steak. And steak is not going to hurt my diet at all. You can have meat, it's protein, so we got ourselves up. My favorite cut of steak is called petite sirloin, so I got myself a big old petite sirloin, and I wish I had a barbecue, but we're going to have to, we'll probably broil it in the oven since that's less fattening. We won't have to use oil or whatever, we could just broil it. But anyway, so we got ourselves a steak and some zucchini. We'll have some steamed zucchini and I got some spinach too, so I'm not sure if we'll have spinach or zucchini, but we'll have some kind of vegetables. So we're gonna have a good dinner tonight. But anyway, then we came home and Dill put the groceries away, and we grabbed the little puppily whup and came outside so she could get some fresh air after she was stuck in the house for a few hours. She's not sure how to handle this outside stuff because, like I said, it's been bad weather, and and we've only had her for going on 2 months. So between the bad weather and me being in the hospital for almost a solid month for 3 different visits and all that, so we're getting her used to the outside though. She's liking it. She's liking it today. It's nice, huh, baby girls? Nice weather today. Yeah. And unlike Vienna didn't like to ride up on me when I was going, but she's liking it. I don't think she's gonna get too big for my lap because she's gonna be a small doggy, so I think she'll fit up here. Even when she's bigger, she'll still be able to fit. So she'll be able to stay up here and take a ride up here. And I've actually seen people in wheelchairs with their dogs on their lap inside of places like Walmart and other grocery stores. So she might be able to go somewhere with us sometime. The only thing I'd be worried about is her stepping on glass if she wants to get down when we're going somewhere. Huh. And if we were inside of a grocery store, she wouldn't be able to get down, so she wouldn't understand the difference between being able to get up and down out here versus having to stay up at a grocery store. But she'll learn it. She's just a pup right now. She's about 4.5 months old. Hi, sweethearts. It's nice, huh? You're enjoying this. I could tell. You're enjoying this nice weather. It's really beautiful. We're in between 2 buildings right now, so we could have some shade, but the sun is out. There's some beautiful, nice white clouds out. To tell you the truth, I want to kill time out here because I don't want to go inside, because all that's inside for me is to go back to bed, you know, or I could sit in the chair for a little while, but it's not comfortable to have my legs hanging down for too long. So I can sit in the chair for a little while and then it's right back to bed, and I'm just not anxious to go back to bed. Even though I got this tube in my belly, I've been feeling pretty good, so I'm just wanting to do something or go somewhere, and I just can't do anything if you don't have money, and there's not a whole lot of places close by. I think she's got to go to the bathroom. I'm seeing that right now. She needs some grass.
She's too afraid to go out here.
She needs to go number 2. That's all I saw. Go potty. Go potty, sweetheart.
So her butt talked to you?
Yeah. I saw a little peeky boo. We don't need to get that on camera though. Go potty, baby girl.
She probably doesn't know that she can.
Go potty, sweetheart. Maybe she'll smell someone else went and then she'll do it. But we don't make sure we turn it off if she does. Go potty, baby. Go potty. Okay, so today is Monday, October 27th, and the sun's still out, but it's still really nice outside, and I just can't bring myself to go in, and so I just figured I would talk to y'all a little bit more while I'm out here. I was going to talk inside, but I'll just talk out here because it's nice fresh air. I wrote myself a little trusty list here because I'm always complaining that Texas hates me and I hate Texas, and I always forget why, but there's been several bad luck things that have happened since we've been here. So I wrote a little list so that it can help me remember. You know, this isn't even all of it. There's a lot more other things. Some might consider them petty, but when you add them all up, you know, it's a lot of things together. It feels like a lot. So, oh my goodness, I've told this story to so many other people. I sure hope that I haven't said this to anyone before, because I don't want to repeat myself. So on the first day that we got here, which was June 6th, ouch, I got knee pain today. Oh goodness. So we got here on June 6th, and we were expecting from California. I Googled a lot of things and had everything pre-planned as far as paying a deposit for this apartment, and as far as calling the company that my bed is from so that it could be delivered here, so that once I got here I would have a bed to sleep in. I looked up my warm water pool to make sure there was one close by. I looked up Walmart to make sure there was one close by. I made sure that I rented a place close to the doctor's office. Like, I just felt like I really prepared and got all my ducks in a row so that once I got here that I would have all the stuff around me like I feel like I had in California. And so once I got here, a lot of that stuff fell apart and wasn't how I had thought I had planned it. And so I got here and I had a lot of fluid buildup in my legs, and also after we signed up and I signed all the leases and everything on this apartment, apparently it was around 4 or 5 when they closed, because we watched them lock the doors and leave, and I was still sitting in the back of the minivan that we had rented when Dill took the keys in to our empty apartment that we had just rented, and came back out and gave me the bad news that there was a wall on each side of the toilet, within a few inches of each side of the toilet, and that my bottom was not going to be able to fit in between those walls of the toilet. And so I need more open space, obviously. So that was like probably the number one bad thing that happened as soon as we got here, because it was a Friday and the office had just closed. We watched them lock up and leave, so there was nothing we could do about it. We had just paid our last $700 and something to them to get the apartment, so we didn't even have $60 for a hotel. And so there I was sitting on a mattress on the back of this, in the back of this minivan. Hadn't went potty for probably 8 or 9 hours, had to go potty super bad. And I was tired and exhausted, and it was like 102 degrees here, but at the same time it was thundering and lightning and raining. And you know, the office was closed and we couldn't go to a hotel, and I didn't know what to do. So I'm panicking and crying and freaking out, not knowing what to do. And the only thing I could think of is to go to the hospital, because I knew, oh, on top of that, in between all of this stuff was my phone calls to the bed company, where I had been communicating with them all week on the way here. It took us 5 days to drive here, and I had been communicating with them all week and getting the runaround from different places. They were giving me different phone numbers and call this department, call that department, and nobody would give me my information. But finally on that day I got a hold of a nice lady who finally told me the truth right about that same time while I was sitting in the van at that moment. And she said, look, I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't know who's been telling you this, but you're never going to have a bed from us there in Houston, because they did not win the bid. It's Apria Healthcare was the company, and she said Apria did not win the bid for Medicare in Houston. And so I don't know who told you this, but you don't have a bed. You're not going to ever have a bed from us there in Houston, which is who I had it through in California. So of course I'm crying again, like I seemed to be doing a lot during those few days, because I was just an emotional mess. And so not only did I know that I couldn't fit in my bathroom of my new apartment, but I didn't have a bed coming either. And so the only thing I could think to do would be to go to the hospital, to the emergency room. And since riding in the van for 5 days, I knew I had excess fluid buildup in my legs, and that they'd probably keep me, and that Dylan and our dog Vienna could take the mattress that I was sitting on and her dog food and stuff and the blanket and pillows that we had in the back of the van and go spend the night in the new apartment after they dropped me off at the hospital. So that's what we did. We ended up, oh my goodness, it took several hours to get me into the hospital and settled into the room and stuff. So by the time Dylan got back here to the apartments, to that first apartment that I couldn't fit in the bathroom, it was about 12 or 1 in the morning, and I was settled at the hospital. They did keep me. I ended up staying there for 6 days, and I lost 35 pounds of fluid. They gave me IV antibiotics and IV diuretics, and I lost 35 pounds that 6-day visit. But anyway, he came back to the apartment, and him and the dog stayed in the first apartment on the mattress on the floor, and it was eat up with cockroaches. Like, it was a nightmare. We've never had cockroach in our life. So first thing he notices when he opens the door is there's cockroaches everywhere. He turns on the bathroom light, and there's like 20 cockroaches all over the floor scrambling to go hide under the bathroom sink and stuff. So that was the next no-no, or the next stroke of bad luck that we had. So he had to put the mattress on the floor and sleep all night long worrying about cockroaches getting on him while he's on a mattress on the floor. So when he called and told me that, being a protective mother, that really bothered me for him. But again, it was a Friday night, and you know, you can't do anything on a Friday night and the weekend and all that. So I believe the office was open the next day, Saturday. So from my hospital bed, I called the office the next day, and I told them the problem with me not fitting in the bathroom. And luckily, since Dill is over 18, they had him go to the office, and he was not on the lease, but they put him on the lease so that he could take care of this without me since I was in the hospital. And they took him to a different apartment, ouch, and had him walk through it with them and check the bathroom. And luckily, the bathroom was a lot more roomier so that I could fit in it. The only bad part about that was it was a little bit smaller of an apartment, and it did not have a washer and dryer hookup. And the first one did, which we were kind of looking forward to having, you know, being able to save up for a washer and dryer. So anyway, the bathroom was more important. So we took the second apartment, which was also a 1-bedroom.
And more infested than the last one. More infested with roaches.
Yeah. So we took the second apartment, which was also a 1-bedroom, but it was smaller 1-bedroom. And it did not have a washer and dryer hookup, but it also had more cockroaches than the first apartment did. So it was really bad. Like, they were crawling behind the plate of the oven, the stove, you know, where the light and the clock is. They were crawling underneath there. They were on the floors, they were on the walls, they were in the sink, they were just everywhere. And to me, that's just gross. Like, I was in the hospital again for the first 6 days, so Dill had to, you know, deal with the most of it. And I should have known, because when I was signing up for the lease and stuff, one of the things they told me, which was a red flag and I didn't catch it, was that they have a contract with a bug company, and that every Monday they come and spray for bugs. And I was just like, oh, okay, like, I just didn't even think about it. And then later I realized, duh, obviously they have a bug problem or a roach problem, or they wouldn't have a contract, you know, with roach patrol, you know. So anyway, every Monday for probably the first 8 Mondays, we had them come and spray for us. And then a friend of ours sent us some kind of things that you plug into your sockets, and it's supposed to send out some kind of a silent noise that we can't hear, but it's like an electronic buzzing that bothers them. So I don't know if that helps or not, but maybe it's a coincidence. But between the excess spraying every Monday And we actually went and bought some little roach motel things too. So between the roach motels, the spraying every Monday, and these electronic plug-in things that we have, we're down to just seeing a roach maybe every other day, or maybe once a week we'll see one roach or maybe two roaches, and we'll kill it really quick and hope to never see another one again. But we do manage to see one or two a week, which I would rather not see any, but one or two a week is better than 20 a day that we moved in here to. And I'll never forget, I have my bed in the dining room, and I just remember freaking out when I was trying to go to sleep, and the white walls in the dark room, and I could just see at least 10 bugs crawling all over the walls in the darkness. You could see the black bugs against the white paint, and it just was not a good feeling, because and they would crawl on the ceiling. I remember looking up above me while I'm laying in bed, and more than once, in fact at least twice, one did fall down on my stomach while I'm in bed. And it was June and it was hot, and one time I was uncovered and one fell on my bare stomach, and I just brushed it off really fast. I should have killed it, but I didn't want to kill it on me. And so that was more a bad experience here in Texas. And then this very second day that we were here, the very next morning while I was still in the hospital, the minivan that we had rented was supposed to be turned in at 12 noon. And so Dylan came out to get in the minivan and go turn it in, and he couldn't find it, and it was towed away, because they give you a sticker, and you have to put a sticker on your vehicle to park in here. And so we put a sticker on our car. Our car did arrive, because we rented a minivan to drive ourselves. We had a separate truck transport to drive our vehicle, and a third separate truck transport to drive our boxes and our furniture. So the car came the same day that we came. In fact, within an hour or so, it just happened to get here the same time we did. And so we had our car, and they gave us, when I signed the lease, they gave us a sticker for the car. So we put that on the sticker, so our car was good. But we did not have a sticker for the minivan that we had to turn in the next day. And I didn't even think to ask her. I just figured it was overnight till 12 noon. And the paperwork said 4 in the morning that they came through and towed it. That cost $230 to get out. In fact, I had previously said we had no money. The only reason we had that $230 to get the minivan out is because I had that $230 tucked away to pay for our furniture truck that had not arrived yet. So we had no spendable money. I did have, I want to say, I can't remember how much. I think around 400 or 500, but because we paid half to the furniture truck upon pickup, and we had to give half when they delivered. So I did have that half that we had to pay the furniture truck. I had that in my possession, but it was not spendable because we owed it to the furniture. So thank goodness we had that, because I had to dip into it and spend $230 of it to get the minivan out of tow. And then we had to spend another 30-ish or something on a taxi to have Dill call a taxi from the tow place. He got the minivan out of tow, and then anyway, so then once he got the van from the tow place, then he had to take it and turn it in to the rental place and take a taxi from there back home. And so it just seemed like, and that was like 30 more bucks for the taxi. So total, that was like 260 bucks that we really didn't have to spend. So that was another stroke of bad luck. Then, little did we know, it took a long time for us to figure out, but it took 27 days for the moving truck to bring our stuff, which was a huge inconvenience. We didn't have dishes to cook on. We didn't have a book to read. We couldn't turn on internet or cable because we had no TVs or computers. We did have our laptop, but we had no internet. We tried to turn on internet just to get the signal, but we couldn't do it. I don't remember what the problem was, but we couldn't get internet for some reason. And so we had no books to read. We had no dishes to cook with. We had to use plastic forks and paper plates and stuff, and we had to go to the store and buy food that was already cooked, which was more expensive. Like, it just seemed like everything that could happen went wrong did. So finally, after 27 days, the truck, and I was calling in between all this, and they said that it was in their contract that June was their busiest month for moving, and that it was within their contract to take up to 15 business days or something like that, and they didn't count the weekends, and that that was all fine and there was no problem, and that our stuff would be here fine or whatever. So anyway, I counted weekends as well, which they did not, but it was 27 days, and it felt like 37 because we were here. I had finally, when I got out of the hospital, the doctor did help hook me up with a hospital bed, so I didn't come home until there was a bed here waiting for me. So I had my hospital bed, and Dill had the mattress and a blanket and a pillow, and that's all we had for 27 days. And we had the dog's food, and we had our car, and that's all for 27 days. Nothing else. No books, no internet, no dishes, nothing. Everything. No chairs to sit on, no any kind of furniture. It was a nightmare. And then on top of that, when they came, they charged us another $200 extra because they wanted to come in here with a big 18-wheeler, which could not fit in this complex because they couldn't turn it around once they got in here. So they gave us a discount. I forget why, but they gave us a discount, which would have saved us the $200, which was awesome. And then they turned around and charged us $200 for the 18-wheeler not being able to fit, and they had to go and unload it into like a U-Haul type truck and break it down and bring it in here. So then they turned around and charged us the $200 again. So we ended up not saving anything, and it still cost the same amount of money to get it. So that was kind of a problem. And then right around, like within days after our stuff arrived here, our 8-year-old weenie dog that we love to pieces, Vienna, started throwing up one day, and then the second day I sent Dill to Walmart to get a few things, and sometimes on occasion he'll get a migraine, so he went to Walmart, and as soon as he got to Walmart, he gets a migraine and feels like he needs to throw up. And anyone who has a migraine knows that a lot of times you end up having to throw up when you have one. So he ends up going into the bathroom of Walmart waiting for that to happen. And so while he's in there waiting for that to happen, Vienna is here throwing up in the living room like 10 different places, and it mostly is just all water because she was drinking a lot of water but not really eating much. So she's over here barfing all over the living room, everywhere. I couldn't get up to clean it up or help her. He's in the bathroom at Walmart waiting to throw up so that he could feel better from his migraine. I'm in the bed feeling helpless. I can't help him or her. And so when he finally gets home, it's like 10 o'clock at night, and all the vets are closed and everything. So we take her to the vets the next morning, where they tell us that she has kidney failure, and that her blood numbers are so high that there's no hope to do anything but put her to sleep, because if they put her on IV fluids and medicine and stuff, it's going to cost about $1,500, and she'll be okay for about a week, but then she'll go right back into full kidney failure and she'll die anyway. And so we had to make that tough call and put her to sleep. And so, it ended up costing around $400. Thank goodness our neighbor helped us with that. So now we owe him.
California.
Our neighbor from California helped us pay that vet bill. So now we owe him for that one. And let's see. Oh, also after our stuff came, after the 27 days, we finally were able to call Comcast to come and hook cable up. Well, apparently, who knows how long, but the people before us didn't have cable or Comcast or whatever hooked up in this apartment, and it was disconnected from the inside, and so they had to go through a bunch of trouble and reconnect it from the outside and go to the pole and go through a bunch of trouble to get it connected. And then they charged us also for an extra month because we had been here for a month, and we had them send us the cable boxes, but we couldn't, hook them up or anything because we didn't have our TVs yet. So they charged us for a month that we didn't even have TVs. So that was a problem. Let's see. Oh, also, during the beginning of all this, I'm kind of going back and forth. I'm trying to do it in order, but it's kind of hard to remember it all at one time. But in California, we had wall-to-wall carpeting, which was really good for my walking because I don't walk really stable with the way my legs are. But here they have hardwood floors, and so I bought a bunch of bath mats that have the non-slip bottoms. And so I have my bed in the dining room, and with the non-slip bath mats, I have a path to the bathroom so that I won't slide when I go every 3 hours to the bathroom. And so, anyway, one of the nights that, we end up washing those because I have used cornstarch for powder and it falls off of me. About once a week or once every 2 weeks or whatever, we wash those mats to get any excess powder off of them. So, not only was it a cost because these bath mats are like $15 each, so we had to buy about 3 or 4 of them to line my path to the bathroom. So one night we were washing them, and our laundry room closes at 10 p.m. and Jill went to go get them out of the dryer. It was about 10 to 10, and the laundry room was locked early. That was a big no-no because I can't go overnight until it opens the next morning without a bath mat to walk on because I'll slip on the hardwood floor overnight, because I have to go potty every 3 hours. So that was like 6 more times that I'd probably have to go potty, or at least 4 more times that I'd need to go potty before the laundromat would open again. So I called emergency maintenance. They didn't care. So I had to send Dill out at 10 o'clock at night, and luckily I had some credit on my MasterCard, and he had to go and buy 3 more rugs, $15 each, that we couldn't afford, and I needed to save that credit on my credit card for like a real emergency. And this turned into an emergency, but I wish I could have, saved it for a worse emergency. But we ended up having to buy more bath mats because I can't walk on these hardwood floors because they're slippery. So that happened. Like, this probably sounds like little petty stuff to you guys, but it's just more issues to me that I wasn't liking. Oh, another time, this is just a little petty thing too. They were working on the parking lots, like repainting or repavement, doing repavements or whatever. And so they told us they were doing it in sections, and they told us what days and dates that we couldn't park in what section. So we didn't park in the right section at the right times and everything. And so one day Till went out there and the car was gone. And so he's like, oh my God, we got towed again. So he went to the office, and I guess they didn't tow it, like take it away, but they towed it and moved it from one section of the parking lot to another section, and they backed it in. That's another rule here, that you're not allowed to back your car in or they'll tow you. We already know they're tow happy since they towed the rental minivan. So they towed our car, and they backed it in when they towed it. So if we hadn't noticed it, say Dill didn't need to go anywhere that day or something, and they left it backed in, they're not going to move it and park it back where it came from. Whoever, the tow trucks that come through that have a contract with them would have came through that night and probably towed us again, our car, because it was backed in. And that would have been another $230. So luckily, though, he needed the car, or he figured it out or something, and he moved the car and parked frontwards where it belonged, or that would have been a big problem.
The cable guy was here in his van.
Yeah, that was the same day that the cable man was here fixing our cable, and he happened to go out the same time Dill went out, and they had towed his cable van as well, and did the very same thing, backed his van in somewhere else, and he went to the office with Dill as well and said, I have a laptop in there, it better still be there, and he was pretty upset about it as well. So, anyways, it just seems like, and there's a lot more stuff that is little petty things that I can't think of right now. It just, there's another thing that I forgot. When we first got here, our fridge was running too cold, and it was freezing our vegetables and stuff, and I'm on a lot of vegetables for my diet, and it was freezing my lettuce and my celery and my onions, and it was like freezing all of our produce and ruining it. And so I had to call them, and we tried to turn it down, and that didn't work, so they came and put a thermostat in it. And then after a couple of weeks, then it started running too warm, and then our milk was going sour. So after it ruined 3 or 4 jugs of milk, I kept calling them, so they finally came back and gave us a new fridge. And then also before that, one night, before the 27 days was up when we got our dishes, we decided to run the dishwasher just to, run it and get some hot water going through it to, get it germ-free before our dishes came. And we didn't notice until I heard some water running, but it had a leak, and all the hot water ran out and flooded the whole kitchen and part of the dining room. And so I had to call them, and they said the seals were shot or whatever, so they had to give us a brand new dishwasher also. So apparently, I don't know who lived in this apartment before us, but they must not have had things taken care of, or they maybe didn't use things. But we've already had to get a brand new dishwasher, a brand new refrigerator, and they had to run a whole new cable line because there was no cable that was hooked up to the apartment. So it's like we're having to start everything all over. And we lived in our last apartment for 7 years, and the toilet never overflowed once. And here, we've been here 4 months, the toilet's overflowed 3 times. So we keep having to call them, and they have to run the snake, and it still keeps overflowing. Like, we're 2 adults, we know how to flush, and we know not to crowd the toilet with too much toilet paper, but it still keeps overflowing, so that's irritating. And one time it happened at like 10 o'clock at night after hours, and we had to call the emergency maintenance to come take care of it. So it's just been one thing after another. It's really getting to be a pain.